Hi, you're welcome to my channel. So we are introducing topic for auditing, and this is called internal controls. So we shall start by defining what internal controls are. According to ISA 315, it defines internal controls. It defines internal controls as policies or procedures that an entity establishes to achieve the control objectives of management or those charged with governance. So, internal controls are procedures or policies or designs that are implemented in the organization so that they can achieve the objectives of the organization. That were set by management or those charged with governance. That's what we call internal controls. So in internal controls, we said they are policies and then procedures. So we are going to look at what policies are and what procedures are, how policies are different from procedures. So we shall start with policies. Policies are statements of what should be done and what should not be done within an organization. To make sure that the controls that were set are effective. So they show what should be done and what should not be done. It's like saying financial statements should be documented, financial statements should be ready by this time, something like that. So they just state what should be done and what should not be done within an entity. Then for procedures, these are actions to implement the policies that were put in place. Like if they say that financial statements should be documented, so they have to show you the steps of how you're supposed to document the financial statements. So those are the procedures. These are actions to implement the policies. So controls are policies or procedures that are designed and implemented in an entity to achieve the objectives of management and those charged with governance. Controls also include the following. The first one you have is general information technology, which is IT controls. So these are controls that support the continued proper operation of the IT environment. They make sure that the IT environment is functioning like the way it's supposed to function. It's processing information in a proper way and all that, and there is integrity, there is no fraud or anything. So it helps to achieve things like completeness, accuracy, and validity of information in the entity's information system. Then the second one is information processing controls. And these are controls that are related to the processing of information in the IT applications or the manual information processes in the entity's information system. So it's like the policies and the procedures that relate to the processing of information in the IT applications. Like they can say that if sales are made, they're supposed to first be recorded in the sales ledger and then recorded into the company system, things like that. So information processing system, controls related to the processing of information in IT applications or manual information processes in the entity's information system. And these directly address the risk of integrity of information. Like they make sure that actual information is processed. So it helps to achieve completeness, accuracy, and validity of transactions and other information. So those are procedures that are put in place to make sure that correct information is processed, either manually or in the IT system. So let's look at the IT environment. So the IT environment includes the IT applications. Applications are like the apps. The IT applications and then the supporting IT infrastructure as well as the IT processes, then the personnel, the IT personnel involved in those processes that an entity uses to support business operations to achieve business strategies. So that is the IT environment. It includes the apps, the infrastructure, let me say electricity, as well as the IT processes and then the people that operate those things. Yeah, that the entity uses to support its operation to achieve its strategies. That's what we call the IT environment. Those are the things that make up the IT environment. So, for purposes of this ISA, which is ISA 315, we are going to define the following. First is an IT application, the app. This is a program or a set of programs that is used in the initiation, processing, recording, and reporting of transactions or information. IT applications include data warehouses and reportrators. This can this can be something like the way you see MobSep. That is an IT application or a program. Then IT infrastructure comprises the network, the operating systems and databases, and their related hardware and software. So the infrastructure includes things like network like and its related hardware and software. For example, in order for MobSep to operate, it must be connected to the internet. Yes, so internet is the infrastructure in that case. Another thing we are going to define is the IT processes. And these are like the entities processes that manage access to the IT environment. Then they manage the program changes and then changes to the IT environment and also manage IT operations. Yeah, that's kind of self explanatory. IT operations. So those are the three: IT infrastructure, the IT applications, and then IT processes. Let's look at the risk that arises from the use of information technology or IT. The risk is susceptibility of information processing controls to ineffective design or operation, and there is a risk of the integrity of information. Like, it's not like everyone understands technology, so the designer of the technology can decide to use an ineffective design, yeah, that doesn't match with the operations of the business. Like,